Hello guys, it's Kelly here again and welcome back to my channel. This time I am doing something a bit different. I am creating a Christmas market, which is I guess different for my channel, but since Christmas is just around the corner, I wanted to get into the whole holiday spirit because honestly, I'm not really feeling it at the moment. So yeah, I thought that maybe creating something in The Sims 4 that was a bit more Christmassy would get me into the holiday spirit. So anyway, I'm not sure, actually I didn't even check, to be honest, if anybody else did a Christmas market in The Sims 4. I'm pretty sure somebody did. I mean, it sounds like something people would do. So anyway, I really didn't Google or search any of it, and I created something that I'm familiar with and something that made sense to me. So I really hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys also download it. It's available on Gallery, and to be honest, since this is going to be a community retail store lot, you know, obviously it's not a store, but it's going to be a retail lot, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pain in the butt to play with it because there are, I don't know, about 10 or maybe 12 cash registers, and it's going to be a nightmare if you decide to buy this as a store. But I don't know, if you do, and if you do try to play with it, please let me know. I would love to know if it was hard or if you found it not so hard. I don't know. I would love to know if anybody decides to play with it. I honestly tried it just as a sim visiting this lot, and it didn't work quite as well as I thought it would. I mean, some of the things that I put in the stalls that were meant to be bought were not for sale, which is of course something that you can fix if you buy this as a store. But if you visit just as a lot, I guess well, I don't know, I guess it'll be fun because I did add a stall with a small kitchen, and it had like an oven and a fridge, and Sims just went in there and started cooking for themselves, which is obviously not the idea behind it, but that's how your Sims are going to react. So anyway, it was actually a pretty simple build, but being the weirdo that I am, I put some effort into very meaningless detail, and of course I struggled a lot with colors and matching stuff because that's what I usually struggle with. The color swatches in The Sims 4 are definitely not the way and the count that I like them to be, and I think they should work on it. But also, I just tend to pay attention to a lot of meaningless stuff, so I guess a lot of it is on me. So anyway, I really adore the way that it turned out because, as you may know, or as you may not know, you know, Christmas markets originated from Germany and Austria and probably the Tyrol region in Italy, and it's something that is very well known and popular in Europe, and also where I'm from Bulgaria, it's fairly new. We've had Christmas markets for the past couple of years, and they're not very big, but the past few years we've had like a big German market, and I actually visited our German market last week with my best friend, and it was pretty cool actually. It was fairly small. I mean, I've been to a Christmas market once more in I think when I was in Austria a few years back, and in the Austrian Christmas market was a lot bigger, it had a lot more stuff and diversity. Ours here wasn't so much, but again, it was still pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. So in this build, I tried to incorporate the most important stuff that a Christmas market would have, and No, just just so I mention it now, you can see me changing colors like crazy in the wall paints and the wood colors. I am just going nuts here because I couldn't decide if I wanted light wood or dark wood in the stalls. So in the end, since I couldn't decide, I tried. I actually used both. So there are a few light wood stalls and a few dark wood stalls, and you will see me going back and forth and changing colors a lot through this build. So anyway, yeah, here I am changing the column colors, and after a while I go back and realize that some of them I forgot to change, and yeah. So I didn't do a lot of stalls because I thought that how many are there? 12. Okay, so there are 12 stalls, and I thought that if you were to play with this as a store, it would be a nightmare. I mean, literally a nightmare. That's 12 cash registers. So I tried to just keep it a bit more simple and make it like a tiny Christmas market. So it would have, I put in a stall for like bakery stuff, which doesn't have a display because they are pretty small, but it does have room for you to put some cupcakes and cakes on it. Also, there was a stall that was for Christmas decorations and presents, one for toys, like kids' toys, one for Hanukkah, because we actually do have in the Sims 4, and I really enjoyed making a stall just for that, even though there are literally 3 objects that are connected to Hanukkah in the game. Another stall had a oven and a fridge, so if you were to cook something and you can display it there. And I think one was for Christmas decorations and one was for clothes. And okay, so we're gonna get through them in the future, but I tried to keep every stall different and every stall having something that you would normally see in a Christmas market. So on Christmas markets, there are usually a few stalls that have like blue wine and some, I don't know, things to eat. Okay, I don't really know what they're called in English, some of them. So I tried to incorporate that, and you always have that stall that has jams and honey, and also you always have a stall with Christmas decorations, and always have a stall with like wooden toys. Those are the things that I always see on Christmas markets. And I tried to manage having those exact things in the game and in these stalls in my build. And yeah, you're gonna see how I try to incorporate all that into my stalls. So anyway, we are currently building the not cupcake, the bakery. Yeah, it's like a baker stall. So there's some baker stuff. There's no oven, so I thought it would be kind of like a ready stuff, things that are ready to go and ready to sell. And I popped a few buy-the-book items, which actually, as I visited the lot as a sim, every sim was cleaning up all of the debug items that I left out, because I left out some cookies and some food, which obviously went bad after I guess went into living mode. So my sims were just going around cleaning up everything. But anyway, for the purpose of the video, there are some cupcakes here and there. And yeah, this is where I'm struggling a bit with the buy-the-bug items, and that's the cupcake that you see on the trim of the half wall. And yeah, I thought this stall could be something like a tiny bakery, but for like packaged baked goods, if that's what you call them. It's not the place where you bake them at the moment, even though your sims can actually use the other stall that has a fridge and an oven and bake the goods and display them here. So next to it, I made a kind of, I don't really know what this is. I put some drinks in. It's like a, I don't know, for beer and wine. I put a few cans and bottles here and there, and drinking cups, but they're just a couple of fridges out back. So this can be whatever you want it to be. You can make whatever you want to make and put it into a fridge. So there are the cups that I just told you about. And yeah, I was thinking like a bar. Maybe this stall could be like a bar. So, okay, so we've got 2 stalls down. Also, something very important that I should probably mention, I totally forgot to put in a bathroom. That is something that I was like, oh, I should really put a bathroom in somewhere around this part of the video, and then it slipped my mind, and I am sorry. And there's really no room for you to put a bathroom in, but you can make one of the stalls into a bathroom if you'd like. I also deliberately left 2 stalls unfurnished, so you can put whatever you want to put in, and you can also make one of them into a bathroom, or 2 of them, whatever you like. They're pretty close. One can be a male bathroom and one can be a female. So anyway, this particular stall I made into a toy store, and I put some kid stuff in, some rugs and some stickers, and a lot of toys. So I think right next to it I made it into a sort of like baths and body shop or something. And there's some soaps and decor beauty items. So anyway, this is the stall that I told you about, the one that I put 2 ovens and a fridge in. I also move it to the stall in front of it. I don't leave it there because in the screenshots I thought that you should see the filled not cabins but stalls. You should see the filled ones, and leave the 2 that I left empty should not be visible. So I moved the ovens to the one on the other side, which you see about at the end of the video. So putting in some more Christmas decorations, and I actually struggled a bit with the landscaping because I wanted it to look like it was built in a park. So I wanted it to have a bit more greenery and some shrubs and flowers here and there, but I couldn't help putting shrubbery and making it look completely random and a bit out of place. It doesn't seem quite the way I wanted it to be, but we'll get into that in a second. Now we're building the Hanukkah stand stall or stand, yeah. And I was really wondering what else I should put in, because I put the little candle holders, and I put the wall decorations, like Hanukkah wall decorations, and I then ran out of ideas. So then I remembered, because I've been to Israel on Hanukkah, and I know they sell, if I'm not mistaken, they sell these really, really awesome, like, sort of donuts. They're not exactly donuts, but they're sort of like donuts. They're shaped like donuts, but not exactly taste like donuts. They're actually better. So I decided to leave bit pastries there. I think I changed it with another countertop. Yeah, here we go. And or maybe I don't know. I think I changed it with another countertop and putting some cookies on there, or some like mixing boxes or something. Anyway, I wanted to incorporate donuts, and that was my way of incorporating those donuts, which is a bit weird, I guess, but yeah. So here we are doing that whole beauty stall thing. You know, there is just a display, and there's some candles, and as you can see, they're currently on the ground. We're going to move them up on displays in just a moment. And this was going to be, I've seen a few stalls on, Christmas markets that have bio makeup and bio like creams, and I am forgetting my grammar here. I have not recorded in quite a while, which I apologize for. I am really sorry. I just got really busy with school and I started a job, so I just really hadn't had time to record as much. But I actually have a few builds that are ready and just waiting for me to sit down on my butt and edit them and upload them. So I actually do have a few builds recorded, I just haven't gotten to editing them yet. So here we are making the stall with the Christmas decorations, and we pop a few trees up front. So if you want to buy a tree, you can just buy a tree up front. And I decided to put in some carpets in every stall. I'm not sure every, but most of them. I don't know why, I just made it feel a bit more finished and complete, and I would say homely, but yeah, okay, let's go with homely. So yeah, this one, the one that I put the giant like Christmas decoration wall thingy, I left empty. That was one of the ones that I left empty. And here I really didn't know what to put in, so I decided to make like this thing about a stall that you can buy some sculptures in, but I also put into a few rewards and hanged a few diplomas and paintings. So I really don't know what this stall is for, but it's filled up so you can sell stuff there, I guess. Yeah. Have fun. And here we are moving the kitchen. As I said, I decided to have the empty stalls in the back so you can't really see them from the screenshots. And what else? Right next to the Christmas decorations right here, I decided to make a clothing store because they're purely decorational, but I did put a few mannequins, so I think you can put clothes on the mannequins and sell them. So yeah, I thought it could be like having Christmas costume stand, I guess. You could sell some Christmas hats. You can imagine selling some Christmas hats or Santa Claus outfits. And here I am putting in a few lights and figuring out the decorations. And I put a few benches around the sidewalks on each side and a couple in the middle. And I honestly, I'm so sorry, I forgot the back. So if you download this and play with it, be sure to put in the back. So yeah, I put in a few signs here and there, and figuring out which worked for which store. And the one with the fridges had a sign with a cocktail in it. So yeah, I thought that was just cute, I guess. So anyway, yeah, I am still figuring out the stalls in what to put in them. But in a moment, I think we're going to go into the benches and have a few trash cans. I actually have trash cans all over the place. But if you've been to a Christmas market, you know that people just throw stuff away, and there are quite a lot of stalls that provide food and sweets, so it does get messy. So you really do need more than like 10 trash cans. I think I put like 10 trash cans. So anyway, I think I'm going to... Alright, I made this stall into a bookstore, which I thought was cute. Yeah, I would definitely visit this. But nothing here was automatically for sale. Just keep that in mind. If you want something here to be for sale, you need to put it for sale. And here we are putting in some benches, and I tried to make it as lit as possible. I honestly, my favorite part of the whole build are those trees, those white light covered trees. It just looks so pretty, and the fact that it's just on one side makes it look even prettier. So here I am putting in some floor tiles to make like little lanes and such. So yeah, here I am lining up the place, and I really don't know didn't know which lamps to use, so I ended up using these because I don't know how different stalls are lit and how electricity gets to them, but I guess they find a way. So yeah, lighting it up, and here are the trash cans. And what else? What else should I talk about? If you you notice me putting stuff in between the stalls where I put the doors. As far as I know, Sims do get into the stores, so it's no problem for them to get into stores. And I think when I when my Sim visited this particular lot, I think maybe 2 or 3 cash registers had Sims in front of them, and that's not a lot. I guess the other cash registers don't have any things that are for sale nearby, so the game doesn't feel the need to put an employee on the cash register right next to it. So you need to assign them if you want them to appear there, to spawn there. And here we are struggling with the landscaping. I wanted to keep it simple, and at the same time I wanted to have a bit more shrubs. And something that I think is lacking in the game is like smaller plants, like just tiny flowers that don't take too much space. You have those flower patches, but they are too patchy like. I mean, it just seems weird putting in a square of flowers in the middle of a grass turf. At least for me, it just seemed weird. So I think that something that we should have more in the game is probably flowers that don't take too much space, and flowers that Sims can walk through and over, because some of the plants are just too gigantic and Sims get stuck, or they decided they can't really walk or get to an object that they need to because there's a plant in front of them, which is a bit annoying. So anyway, landscaping was a bit hard because, as I said, not enough small flowers, and I didn't want greenery to get in the way of your Sims moving freely and about. And also, these little green patches that are left uncovered just seem too bare, and with plants they seem just awkwardly placed, and I really didn't know exactly what to do with them, so I decided to put a couple of plants here and there, and a couple of rocks, and then just some terrain painting. That was all that I did. So it is a bit empty, these green patches that you have that are around the stalls and in between them. So yeah, and this bench got a makeover. There's like a whole garden behind it, and I don't really know what else left there. Okay, so there's basically not much left. I'm just putting in some lights, and we're about to get into the screenshots. So the songs are listed down below. They are free to use under the Creative Commons license, I believe, and there are some amazing songs, so go check them out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will try to upload regularly, and here are the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed. Have some lovely holidays, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.